Come on in, everybody. Where's my lights behind me? There's a few back there, I guess. There we go. That's a little better. Come on in. Entitled this show, Wake Up and Smell the Roses. Well, I fell asleep. I didn't sleep well last night. And it's just really strange when I don't sleep well at night. I've usually somebody just pops into my head. And last night it was my niece, Brooklyn. And I didn't know what was going on. I still don't know what's going on, but then I'm letting YouTube just roll today, and it said, I don't even know who it was, but it said, when you have something going over and over and over in your mind when you're supposed to be sleeping, that means you have to do something about it. You need to call that person you're thinking about. So that's probably what I'm going to do in a little while. Her birthday was a few weeks, 10 days ago, and I'll just give her a little call. Anyway, y'all, sometimes we just have to wake up. We don't know why. But when something gets your attention, you got to run with it. And you can't just sit around and think, well, somebody else can do that, and somebody else can do that, and somebody else can do that. Sometimes it's our turn. If clothes need washed, your arm ain't broke. Put them in the wash machine. If dishes need done, put them in the dishwasher. Just get them done. And then you'll have more time to do what you want to do. You really will. So Samantha's doing good today. She's resting. She I don't know I think that was her right there. She may be coming in here with us. But y'all, we gotta take care of what needs to be taken care of. The air conditioner came on a while ago. It just came on right now too. And I'm not real fond of air conditioner. I don't know. It's just, it dries you out. It does just yucky stuff to me. You can get a sinus infection from it, especially Justin and Emily were at orientation last week with Sarah. And Justin came home sick, probably because he stayed in a hotel. So there's no place like home. That's what I always say. I like to be home. I haven't really traveled much in the last few years. But there could be some travel in our future. You just always got to be ready. If an opportunity opens itself up, that's when you need to do it. I was hot, so I just left my shirt off. I don't do well with polyester. Do you ever go through a phase like that? This is a cotton sweater. I love cotton sweaters. But it's not really a sweater. It's just a tank. Robert's gone up the mountain to see Charles. When we first met, he'd been going to see Charles every Thursday night for 22 years. And we've been married 27 years. So it's coming on 50 years. Robert's been going up the mountain to see Charles. Charles is still hanging in there. He doesn't have a real good memory anymore. And they don't play chess anymore. But Robert's consistency with being friends with Charles, I mean, when we met and when he asked me to marry him, he said, "Now, we can't get married until Jeanette and Charles sign off on it." Robert didn't grow up with it. He had a daddy until he was about 10 years old, and his daddy died of cancer. So I lost my daddy at 10 years old, too. Not to cancer, but to he left the family, and we never saw him again. Pretty much never saw him again. Daddies are important to households, and mothers who ostracize their husbands and speak ill of them, or vice versa, that's a shame. It's a shame. You got to love everybody. You got to love everybody. You got to be the sunshine on a cloudy day. That's a song lyric, I think. I don't know what song it is. But you got to let your light shine. This little Christian light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And what you're letting shine is Jesus through you. You have to be the example. When all the world wants to condemn somebody, you're the one that has to stand up and say, "No, we're going to pray for them. We're going to open up our hearts and pray for them." We don't have to love the sin, but we can love the sinner. And we can do what we need to do, what the Bible tells us to do, to forgive 7 times 70. That's 490 times. You just go that next step. Life's too short to be angry at people. Imagine living a lifetime of hate toward somebody. That it just breaks my heart for the people. It breaks my heart. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay because we have to pray. We have to be in continual prayer for people. And we can whistle while we work. That's from a fairy tale. Whistle while you work. You can pray while you work. You can pray while you drive. A lot of people use drive time as prayer time. Just to talk with God. One time we got a testimonial from a lady who was, every time she would stand at the kitchen sink and wash dishes, she would find herself crying. Just crying. And she didn't know why. And then she remembered every time she had to wash dishes as a child, she was being punished. Don't punish your children with things they need to do around the house. Don't do that. Make it activity that you do together. Make it something fun to do. Little kids can knead dough. Little kids can make cookies. Little kids can stir up some batter to bake a cake. But your kitchen has to be clean or you're going to say, "No, we can't do that right now. I got too much to do." Get your kitchen clean and see what you can cook up in your kitchen. It's all about waking up to opportunities to train up your children in the way they should go. It won't be long until they're 49 years old that have grown children of their own. It won't be long. I watch Patera, Appalachian Homestead. She still has her grandmother. She had her she was raised with her great great grandmother. Great. She's studying family lines and she knows who she is and what she's about, and she's getting back to the roots of her family. Literally, she's raising goats and chickens and turkeys, and she's got a little egg business. She milks some goats. She's got little goats right now, not much bigger than a flip flop. She shared that earlier today. Her little goat, her nana's in the hospital, so she's been going up and relieving her mom to take care of her nana. And I know those hospitals well. I know both of those hospitals in Knoxville very well. Spent a Thanksgiving at once and a Christmas at another. God gets all the glory, y'all. He gets all the glory. So take some time today to wake up and seize the opportunity. Smell the roses, plant the seeds, pick the flowers, put them in a bouquet. I was looking at Cog Hill Farms garden. You know, pigs can make the best of a messy situation. They have 3 pigs on their farm, and 2 of them like to wallow. I mean, wallow. And they put some water in a mud hole, and the next thing you know, the pigs are just having the best time. Now, one of them's a diva, and she has her own little stall, and she's that pig. But the other 2 are just normal pigs and get so happy about things. You give Loretta's deaf, and you give Loretta a watermelon, and that's the happiest pig you've ever seen. Just like my white squirrels on the back porch. They're so happy to get a few sunflower seeds and to scavenge what's around. Just happy white squirrels. They're not albinos either. But you have to be happy where you are. Consistency and contentment change the world. Doing the same thing every day in your routines can change your home. Setting up a rotation of the food you like to cook can change your home. Taking a few minutes to do a load of laundry. You know, laundry, the machines do most of it. You just have to stick it in the wash machine. You just have to stick it in the wash machine. Patty had to take a big old comforter to the laundromat the other day, and she had to spend about 4 hours there. And it was fun for her. She turned it into quite the learning experience because she got to talk to people she doesn't talk to often because she doesn't get out of the house much more than I do. Maybe she does a little more than I do. But God gets all the glory, y'all. He slows us down. He speeds us up when we need to. We just have to take the time to smell the roses, to pick the roses, to take a picture of the roses. My favorite picture, I love every morning It doesn't matter what time of morning, is walk out on the front porch and look at my flowers. Just walk out on the front porch and look at my flowers. And I praise the Lord. Flowers are like God giggles. And you just thank God for sending you these flowers to bless your day. I have wildflowers that come up. I have it's a three-leaved blood trillium. It had 3 flowers underneath it. It's going to have 3 seeds come up out of those flowers. And it'll make more for me next year. That's why I love perennials. I just adore perennials, and I've always planted perennials. The first year they sleep. You plant them, they don't really do anything. The second year they creep, they move just a little bit. And the third year they leap. And that's the beauty of my garden. It's perennials. Every year I'll have the same peonies come up and have beautiful blooms, and then they're gone. It's getting time for my naked ladies to pop up out of the ground. I'm looking out to see if they're up yet. Just a little pink flower that comes on a stalk that's naked. And I'm reminded of a beautiful lady that ran our library in Tiptonville, where I grew up. My niece Brooklyn spoke at the library yesterday. Brooklyn she went to school at Lee University on a 5-year scholarship. She has a degree in theology and a degree in art. She painted the most beautiful painting of Jesus's feet. I cried when I saw it. And she was teaching little kids how to paint yesterday. She's also good at taking pictures, and she's really good at arranging flowers like our sister Dana. I never could arrange flowers. But I like flowers because I plant them in the yard. We're getting ready to have rhododendron bloom up here in the mountains. They don't really smell like anything, but the sourwood trees are going to be blooming soon, and it's a sweet smell. So take some time to look around you and see what's blooming. Go for a walk and see what's blooming. Get in the kitchen and watch your children bloom, making cookies and brownies and teaching them how to create things and not be afraid. Life is good, but we can't be rushing around. That's what tea time is all about, just slowing down. Just slow down and take advantage of what's going on around you. We can't change what's going on in the world, but we can change how we react to it. We can be the light because Jesus' light is going to shine through us. So wonderful to not have to be perfect, to recognize when you sin and ask the Lord to forgive you. The more consistent you are with keeping up and guarding your tongue and guarding your heart, the more consistency you have with that, you'll always be ready. You'll always be ready for the Lord to show up. You won't be surprised. I listened to another interview with Pastor Wormbrand and his wife Sabina. They were powerful Christians. Powerful. They let God's light shine through them. They didn't love the sin, but they loved the sinner. We have to be that way too. We have to pray for the people that harm us. A few years ago, they had the Democrat and the GOP baseball game in Washington, D.C. Some bad things happened. Last night, they had another one, and I was reminded of that terrible time when Steve Scalise was shot and the senator from Kentucky had to try to go out and save his life. He's a doctor. Rand Paul. We can't change things that happen in D.C., but we can change how we pray, and we can pray for the people. We may not like what they do, but we can love the sinner. We have to show them who we are. Day in and day out. I love you all. Be good, kind, and sweet. When you feel yourself getting mad at something, step back. Turn it off. Take a walk outside and look at God's creation. Open your eyes and open your heart to love. I'll talk to you later. Be good, kind, and sweet. Wake up, slow down, and smell the roses. I'll see you tomorrow morning.